Sup guys, I know in my last video I discussed the inner and outer notches on the Qumran sundial, which is a day counter in the Jubilee cycle. So we got one last mystery to go over, and that is that Ghain on the bottom of the sundial. And Ghain just means I. It's the Hebrew letter. So yeah, the question will naturally come up, okay, we're keeping track of the days, of the month, of the week, of the sabbatical and jubilee cycles and everything. What about the hour of the day? You know, it is a sundial. So getting to that, there is a gap right on the outside outer notches that indicate the sabbatical cycles. And you can just take a piece of charcoal or paint to keep track of that cycle. So that's what that gap's there for. Beyond that would be how you keep track of the hours of the day, since that's not indicated on the sundial itself. So how I would do it, if it was me, is I would take a stone slab, chisel it into a circle and bore a hole through the middle, and then run a chalk line dividing it in half. That would give me my first 12 hour, okay? Then I would further subdivide it until I had all 12 hours of the day. That is the reason why we have 12 hours in a day, is because it's easy to divide. Now back to the letter Ghain on the smaller sundial. That's why it's there. It goes on the eye, where we bored our hole to make the sundial that indicates the hours of the day. So both can rotate as needed. Okay, with this system in place, let's talk about a hypothetical scenario. We got a Pharisee, a Sadducee, and a Qumranite. Pharisee, that'd be the majority or bulk of today's modern Orthodox Jews. Sadducees now refer to themselves as Karaites and Qumranites. So Rabbinite, Karaite, Qumranite. Okay, we got these three groups. All right, let's say that these three groups, they go to jail for an unspecified period of time, say 4 days, and then they get released. The other two, meaning the Rabbinites and the Karaites, would be clueless as to what day of the week it is without going back to their respective communities. Now, the Qumranite, on his own, will be able to walk up to his sundial, rotate it, and know exactly what day of the week it is. You know, because of the patterns with the shadows being cast on the day counter, he'll just automatically know. This is incredibly efficient, and there's nothing like it in really all of human history. This is Hanik, and that is my answer to Israeli antiquities.